Hi everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of McRae's window cleaning. This is the part 5 of our series Squeegee rubber for traditional tools. What are we looking forward to in this episode? Well, stay tuned, I'll be back to tell you all about it. So welcome to part 5. It's been a very interesting series as we've looked at 3 different squeegee rubbers. Just to recap, we've been researching and comparing the younger green with the wagtail black and the black diamond rubber, which many window cleaners around the world are using all of those, and I thought we'll check them out here in Australia. Now, in previous videos, we've given you an idea as to what took place, what kind of jobs we used the tools on, and what rubber I had in which tools. So let's do that again today in this episode. So in my Ninja 14-inch, I had the younger green. In my 2 Mormon squeegees, the 18 and the 14, I put the black diamond. And I also had the green in the S Plus, the 14-inch S Plus from Unger. But I then used the wagtail black in my Unger Ninja 18-inch. Now here's some pictures of the places that I did, 2 massive places I did during this week, week 3 of the survey. And as you can see, one of the jobs had all wooden frames, and that can be quite destructive on the corners and edges of squeegee rubber, while others had this other place had large pool fencing and large panels that had rubber seals around the edges and the aluminium frames. So quite a variety of different jobs that we used this rubber on. So what was the conclusion after this week? Well, I must say that as you would have noticed in the previous videos, the younger green held up pretty well in each of the tools that it was in. It is quite a resilient rubber. The others had the usual wear and tear on the corners, nothing over the top, nothing really surprising. The black diamond has some fairly significant wear there on the corner, but not that it would affect the rub too much. You don't want things breaking off. And the wagtail black in my Unger Ninja 18-inch has some wear on the corners, but nothing overly significant that makes you question the quality of the rubber. So all in all, it was a very good week, and the rubber held up very, very well. So, what's my conclusion so far? Well, let's come back to that in a second, because this video isn't just about week 3 action. It's actually, I did something else in week 4. So, in the following week, after those first 3 weeks of trialing it in different rubbers, I decided to do a test between what is clearly the quality rubber in this exercise with what I've been using for quite some time, the Facelift Razor Red. And I use those in all of my tools. I didn't use the wagtail black or the black diamond in any of the tools in this week just completed. Instead, I used those 2. How do they stand up? What's my conclusion after all of the work I've done checking out all these different rubbers? Well, there's a number of factors. Number 1, are you prepared to pay the cost of the very expensive Unger Green? Is there sufficient resilience in this rubber to justify the almost $9 for an 18-inch piece of Unger Green, which is double the price of any of the other rubber? Well, that's for you have to work out in your situation. I believe it is. I believe it is compared to the other rubber. It is worth the price. Now, of course, as it becomes more popular, I'm sure as supply is greater, price will come down. As there's a greater demand, Unga will no doubt produce more of the Unga green and it will become cheaper. But here's another interesting thing that we must consider when making decisions on the squeegee rubber we use in our traditional tools. And I'm reminded of this conclusion by window cleaner in Melbourne, Australia, Mark Nicol, who very kindly commented on one of the recent YouTube videos. And he made a very good point with regard to the weather that you're using the rubber in. Like right now, during this time that I'm doing this test, Brisbane is going through its coldest start to winter since 1904. It has an impact on the rubber. If you have seen my review on the Ettore Master rubber that I did back in December of 2020, that was reviewed during one of the hottest times in Brisbane's history. So that has an impact on the rubber. And Mark made a very good point. At different times he'll use Ettore, different times he'll use the Mormon hard rubber, depending on the weather, whether it's cold or hot. That impacts on the choices. So realistically, it's worthwhile having a number of rubbers at your disposal so that you can choose the best rubber or the best situation for the best weather that you're currently dealing with. Whether it's cold, whether it's hot, whether it's super humid. That all will impact on how the rubber works in your tools and in the jobs that you're using them on. Depending on the style of glass, the type of framing that the glass is held in, all of those factors will play a role. So is there one standout rubber? In my opinion, there is. Your opinion may be different. So don't forget to leave a comment down here underneath. And I'm sure that we'll be able to interact and learn something from you as I learned something from Mark with his comment in the recent video. So thank you very much for watching this series. It's been fun to do, and I'm a bit rugged up because it's super cold in Brisbane right now, but I really appreciate your support for the channel, and I'm thankful to all of my subscribers. Those of you watching who haven't, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell that will remind you of new videos that are released. So hope this video has really benefited you and helped those of you who may be new at the industry to get some concepts on traditional tools. Otherwise, take care of yourselves. I hope business is doing well for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time that we share some information with you right here at McRae's Window Cleaning in Brisbane, Australia. Bye for now.